is, don't worry, buddy. Seriously, though. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one, the only, the Azothan, and we're back with another Lordaeron the Foremath. Welcome back to Custom Craft. Today's episode we have sent in to us by, well, I'm not going to tell you yet, but it has a lot of interesting characters involved in it. So before we get any further, let me go ahead and say that Lordaeron the Foremath is a Warcraft 3 custom map set just before the events of the Third War, leading into the events of World of Warcraft. This is a control point based game, meaning that you gain gold based on your control of these small circles on the ground. The more difficult they are to control, the more money they generally offer. The game starts off as a 6v6 good versus evil sort of game, but has a plethora of events built in it to allow events to unfold out. Rather, I should say, to allow events to unfold as they did in lore and even in alternate versions of what might have happened. So, let's go ahead and look at our players right now. In the brown trunks, we have Medved 10205. This player is going to be controlling the Dragon Maw clan. They're just south of here, and their job is to hold off the dwarves in southern Lordaeron for long enough for their allies in Outland to go ahead and jump on them. Next up, we have Rhaegor X controlling the forces of Lordaeron with Arthas Menethil, Lord Othmar Garithos, and Prince Galen Trollbane. Gribbis will control Vindicator Marauder and Uther Lightbringer, two sources of the Holy Light. Their Silverhand player will be in charge of holding on to the Draenei in Outland just long enough to delay evil streaming out of the portal and assaulting our yellow player. Further down the list, we have Darkus. He is, got one of the unfortunate spawn points for the Cult of the Damned. Perhaps my least personal favorite. That's fine. Here in Eastern Plaguelands, he's going to attempt to hold off the North Alliance. He has a similar role to Light Blue in that he has to hold off the Alliance while gaining money the longer he does so. Spike Spiegel in the light green trunks will be controlling the forces of the Ranger Corps. His job is to utilize Haldurin Brightwing and Sylvanas Windrunner to help his allies both in northern Lordaeron and south near Ironforge. If he loses Sylvanas Windrunner to Team Evil, he will be turned into the Forsaken, tipping the balance precipitously against his allies. Yistik, in the actual green trunks, is the Shadow Council. He'll be utilizing the forces of the old Orcish members left in Outland to provide magical support to his allies, teleport around the field, and summon endless waves of demonic units. He can also assist Teal in assaulting the actual world. Tekov in the orange trunks will be controlling the Dark Horde with Kargath Bladefist and Rend Blackhand. Rend Blackhand is, of course, outside the portal, and Kargath Bladefist is inside. He seems to be trying to rush through the Dark Portal, which does not look like he is aware of exactly how this works. He'll need Terran Gorfine to head over here and activate that event for him before he and the rest of his allies will be able to stream out of there. For now, though, he'll take out some of the Draenei, get himself some creep gold. His job is, however, to assault Gribbis as quickly as possible. Gribbis getting out Kurenai scouts, and my guess is that he'll be dropping down the rune wards that he can activate, damaging and slowing down his enemies. Next up, we have Lord Frigg, the dwarves in the yellow trunks. He will be controlling Magnai Bronzebeard and Falstad Wildhammer, King of Cosmodon and King of the Wildhammers respectively. Having already taken over Gnome Ragon, the Skybreaker joins them in the air. Remember that dwarves are the only race in the game that can mine from several gold mines located around the world, often very far out of reach for him. But that's okay. Oh no! What the fuck? Spike Spiegel is getting Sylvanas Windrunner in a lot of trouble, hops him in the Windrunner's flagship and leaves. That was extremely dangerous. Had she died to this assault, yeah, okay, he gets the last one in. He's trying to steal creeps, and he almost lost his entire race because of it. Lone Rose in the purple trunks on Team Good will be controlling the forces of Dalaran. Dalaran's job is to, again, summon many units. It's kind of an allegory for the Shadow Council. Summon units, teleport around the map, support his allies. Sorry, I'm just noticing that we have just a little bit. I just want the sound effects a little bit higher, because I was realizing I'm very loud and some things aren't. Alright, and Dragon Ball's moving out. Let's go ahead and cover our last three players. Wood 100 is control of the forces of the Burning Legion. He controls Tichondrius and Mal'Ganis, and of course the Twisting Nether. He can utilize Archimon the Defiler to level up allied heroes. Oh, yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting that that's a Windrunner thing, and it's located out in the Twisting Nether. I really should check that out. I want to get it one of these days. Anywho, ignoring that, like I said, the Burning Legion's job is to utilize his elite group of units and special... he just has several special groups, including Infernals, Infernal Machines, Dreadlords, and Archimon the Defilers, several abilities that he can have upgraded from the Legion Shrine. Petritros. Okay, our Lich King player is looking like he's not moving very quickly. He's moving pretty quickly. I take it all back. He's creeped most of Northrend already. And hopefully will be ready to help his Cult of the Damned ally when he's ready to launch the Plague. Petritos is, again, in charge of clearing all of Northrend, getting up as much gold as he can, and launching a massive assault force on Lordaeron in the time that he's allotted. Jorlorn 23. Familiar face. He's using Anasterian Sunstrider and Lorthamar Theron to lead the Highborn. This is a much more support-based race, and his elite units are, of course, excellent at early-game dispels, so he should be leading the charge against Darkris. Oh, Grievous. Alright, so... go ahead and make sure these are all... no, half is Jorlorn, half is Grievous. And they're setting up forward base camps in the anticipation of having to assault this base. Fine. Fair enough. I can't blame the laddie. And here we go. Let's go ahead and check it out, guys. Here comes the Legion's forces. Yep, it's only going to be Wood and Yiztik right now. Dark Green Tekov seems to be a little bit behind. He's focusing his efforts more on mass lumber harvesting out Zengar Marsh. I was going to say Zengari Marsh, but the people there are not called the Zengari. Alright, tons and tons of Kurenai Scouts. They're decent melee units, but realistically they shouldn't be utilized as such. Grievous, Exodari Archers in the background need to focus and take down the Nether Dragons before they can do their AoE damage. You can see, ow, Grievous is going to lose swaths of his Archers right now, and more Kurenai Scouts. He's not focusing fire right. Alright, one Nether Dragon down. Back him up, dude, back him up. Attempted flank here, but the Elec Warriors get caught behind the Archers. He tries to move them forward a little bit to get the tanks in here, but yeah, he's not actually on a horrible job. It's just fucking kind of questionable right now. I guess the Elec Warriors in the back will be useful as it's at least slowing this army down. Come on, Grievous. You seem a little bit new, but that's okay. I believe in you. Let's keep an eye on his gold and lumber. He has none of either. Almost none of either. Consortium Elementals have been summoned from the Mana Charge Crystals, and this looks like a slaughter right now. I would recommend backing up your Exodar or Vindicator Maraude, getting him a little bit more mana, and just move your fucking units, man. When you see this much AoE damage dropping down on your Archers, bring them back, let them heal. I don't understand the complete refusal some people have to move back when they're not even targeting anything important. He didn't kill a hero, as far as I can tell. Oh, Wood, did you lose anything? No. Yiztik, did you lose your heroes? No. Grievous, did you lose a lot of position and units? Yes! Jesus Christ. Alright, he needs to move more of his Archers back from the front line again. Here's the only decent thing that's actually happening from this situation, is that it looks like a couple Infernal Machines are hitting Evil's own front lane units while they're trying to kill the Kurenai Scouts. Alright, he's backing up to the Mana Charge Crystals. I think he thinks they heal those units. They don't. They can protect them from taking damage, but once the damage is taken, it is not a doctor. It's a big crystal. Okay, but do whatever you want. I'm just a caster. I'm not a goblin. He's taking a toll on the enemy team, so at the very least I can give him credit for that. Vindicator Maraude regenerating some of his mana, but it is also draining at the moment. He's using his regeneration ability to heal nearby allies, but it does slowly drain his mana, which can prevent him from casting the escape spell that they're going to need. Tichondrius already going for a cleaving attack. You can see the damage it was doing to the Exodari. Nice retreat and pullback. He's taking a toll. You know, I'm sitting here shitting on him, and I would argue that if OJ was properly supporting this push right now, it'd be a whole different story. But Grievous hasn't even had to use Maru's abilities. He's just playing as I would expect a decent, unaware, uninformed player to play. He's playing somewhat decently with his positioning and treating it like it's a mass war map and throwing units into the fray. Creating more Elec Warriors from Tempest Keep, good call. He's luring them in with the Vindicator Maraude, and if he can get them closer to Maru, he can do this, certainly. There we go, activating the Invulnerability Globe around the Mana Charge Crystal. You should probably activate it on this one as well, just to stop it from taking damage, or, yeah. Alright, Grievous is activating the mass damage abilities here on Maru. Kind of a Starfall, kind of a big slam targeted, and it will do significant damage to Yiztik's army. Yeah, this is actually kind of badass. Spike Spiegel's trying to... There we go, suggesting to his ally that he go ahead and just leave if he needs to. Oh, fucking... Guys, I think I did something, and it's made... I could play the whole game from this new position. It seems... Let's not, though. There we go. And here's what I was expecting to see. Now, Lord Frigg has unfortunately fallen prey to what a lot of Dragon Ball players like to do, which is build up a quick group of black drakes and black whelps, and just target down this here cannon at Don Algaz. Immediately take it out. This removes so much defense for the dwarves and just makes this basically a death pit. Staying in this and fighting at Don Algaz after you've lost the cannon is completely pointless, except for the purposes of utilizing some of the improved cannon towers. Now, I want to talk about how aggressive the Dark Horde is being. Sure, they weren't supporting much of the push at the Draenei, but they didn't need to. Their allies managed to push them out. And the dwarves were in trouble before Dalaran decided they were going to arrive. Now, as long as none of the siege units here manage to bracket in the Dalaran forces, they're going to be okay. But the minute Lone Rose gets spotted by Tekov and these catapults / demolishers start doing their work, there's going to be some more trouble. Dragonmaw driven back in disrepair as, hey, look at that, max upgraded sorceresses from our Dalaran player, turning those terrifying black drakes into just cute little flying sheep. Oh my god, they're so cute. That being said, no progress from Peter Tross. Interesting. And this record-breaking assault here from Northern Alliance. I like the Arcane Shield Generator placement. I really do. Peter Tross is going to do his very best to hold on to this. I don't see it working. I mean, I like the fact that he made Professor Putricide and has sent him to go ahead and help his ally here, but between him and Kel'Thuzad, it's looking a little rough. In fact, let's see if Kel'Thuzad's even here. He is. He built a Sky Barge, so he can retreat without using his spell, which is kind of cool. Teal is letting... Oh no, Yistik is letting Teal know that he needs to take Maru back from him if he wants to get, like, a cool little demi-hero, as well as just a small base. Now, it's not entirely necessary, but still. Want me to make knights and a tank, says Grievous. Grievous is doing a good job. Again, seems a little bit uninformed, but he's enthusiastic and he's being helpful, and I absolutely love the way Jorlorn's walking him through this, so hell to the yes for him. Uther the Lightbringer is going to be in charge of leading these knights to their death, most likely. Let's check on Grievous and see what his money looks like. He spent all of it trying to save the Draenei as long as he could, and it probably didn't end up being cost effective for him. On the other hand, it's looking like Darkris is going to be extremely happy with how much money he's getting for keeping this Great Plague Cauldron alive. 1-2 upgrades on his melee units so far. Let's check his casters. 2 into the ranged piercing magic upgrades. And Damned Mages are fully upgraded. Necromancers are fully upgraded. Dalaran Elites are fully upgraded. So Fast Decay, Blight Cloud, and Raise Archers on these Dalaran Exiles. Necromancers are exactly what you expect them to have. And the cool ones I love are the Damned Mages with Heal, Anti-Magic Shell, and Plague Cauldron. Plague Cauldron spawning 3 total zombies as time goes on. Let's keep going on this one. This looks like it's going to be a nice, supremely long game. And we don't actually have time for that, do we? This is going to be a really, really long one. I might have to edit a lot of this down. I'm sure there has to be empty time, but if there isn't, I will be shocked, amazed, happy, aroused. A lot of different things, a lot of different feelings all at once. Okay, Dalaran has decided to teleport up and fight over Baradin Hold. Somehow, he's decided, well, screw you, Darkris. This is my land. A single Arc Necromancer is going to be in charge of this, and that was a nice move by Darkris, by the way. Unsheeping a mass number of his units just by absorbing the magic using the Destroyer. It's an example of how those units are often underutilized. Darkris... Yeah, turning him ethereal doesn't work when your enemy has nothing but magic attacks. They're still vulnerable to magic, and in fact, often more so. Let's see, we're going to need tanks and siege units here. Rhaegor, Lone Rose, Jorlorn, everyone's here, ready to go. Careful, Rhaegar. No, I'm about to be very upset with you, aren't I? Let's check his upgrades. 1-2 upgrades. Prince Galen's kind of throwing himself in there. That's a lot of death for no reason. And his Lordaeron captains are taking extreme damage. DG, go. Now, the cool thing is you'll notice he's soaking up a seeming lot. The Lordaeron captains are immune to all range damage that is not hero damage. They are, however, not immune to melee damage, so that Lordaeron captain will eventually go down. I wish he'd had more support. Put him in there, and then immediately flank him with everything else. Okay, now I did mention this is perhaps my least favorite choke point, but it is also maybe the best when utilized properly. These narrow canyons are long enough that for the most part, siege units have an extremely difficult time getting in here and actually participating on the parts of the army that you want to hit. You can lay some over here, which I think is always a good idea if you can get vision with a hawk or two, but for now, this is going to go poorly for the North Alliance. As long as Grey is smart enough to keep letting these abominations trickle in, you'll see they're a little bit blocked behind the necromancers back there. The Alliance is just going to be funneling into a death trap. Let's keep an eye on the upgrades. Like I said, 1-2 upgrades into melee defense for our dark green player. Rhaegor's in the back. He has all of his steam tanks. He's trying to keep his stuff alive. Lordaeron starts getting targeted. He's going to need... and a targeted heal there. I'm willing to bet that was either from one of Grievous'... he appears to have used at least one spell. But most likely it was from Anastarian Sunstrider's Crown, utilizing the ability to heal up Northamar, and there's the AoE heal from Lorth. I intended to suicide Spake Spiegel, says those elites. Spike, where are you actually? Fook, a Duke, he's down here defending. Alright, and Dalaran, after driving away, I actually kind of stopped looking at this, but they're not giving up Down Algaz Station. If anything, it looks like Spike Spiegel's determined to use Haldur and Brightwing. And where is he? Saldor Shadowbrug, to reinforce his Dwarven allies. Lone Rose has taken over Barrett Hold, and that means that occasionally he's going to be able to flip this switch, release a few prisoners, and get himself some creep gold. Now, Tekov now has the support of his allies in the form of Wood 100. Kind of not at all, actually. Jesus. Wood. Don't do this to me. Am I an idiot? Did I f this up? Because I feel like I've seen this. Did Wood... no. It's impossible. That wasn't the guy who was playing in the crazy, crazy turnaround game. But something horrible has happened here, and it looks like the siege units have gotten just deep enough into the army to start targeting the back lines of Grey. The Cult of the Damned is going to start to die here, and we'll go ahead and zoom in and watch as it happens. I still don't know what that black cloud is. See Professor Putricide in the back trying to heal. He has his own healing spray as well, mostly meant for the undead. Oh, Grey's still up, says Spike Spiegel. Whoop, that's okay. Your allies are more than taking care of it. Well, it looks... yeah, most of the spirit towers have gone down. Most of the units are dead, and now it's just Kel'Thuzad in the back. If I was Grey, I would have stopped investing a little bit while ago and just be ready to retreat. Doing some damage. But somehow, it's like the vast majority of the army is gone, but now everyone wants to run away instead of push in. What they should be doing is pushing in, running inwards into the fight, swarming around him, and instead they're trying to back it up, which is not to their advantage. Stay in fight, says Jorlon. Exactly. Run into the fight, Dark Green. Get in there, utilize Prince Galen Trollbane. Don't create a blocked up situation. Actually flood in past it. So, if you're in this situation as the Alliance in the future, just run in. Just run in. You have way more units, way more support, you're way better off. All you need to do is get rid of this choke point, which is the only thing working to their advantage, is the fact that most of your units aren't able to participate in the fight. Alright, but he needs to be careful about Uther getting in. This is the part where they need to run in. Uther needs to be helped, and Jorlorn's actually not helping this situation. His units are just auto-attacking and are blocking the vast majority of the support that could come in here. So Jorlorn, pay a little bit less attention about what you should be telling your allies to do. There we go. Now he runs in, unblocking the situation, and Rhaegor as well is advising him, move in and we can finish this off. Good move. Professor Putricide is probably going to end up dying, and there goes Kel'Thuzad with his Arc Necromancers and a single destroyer. Hopping in the Sky Barge, they're going to go ahead and call a retreat. Oh, never mind, he's going to take a control point from Jorlorn and says, screw you first. Professor Putricide is down, and now Blue has a transport ship coming in right now. Oh, he's about to do it. I think I put too much water. Spike, I don't even know what Spike is talking about at the moment. He's speaking the tongues, man. Speaking the tongue. Alright, speeding this up a little bit, I'm going to expect to see the North Alliance running over the capital city, wiping up the remnants of this, and the next big assault's going to be from Yiztik and Tegov. Ooh, but without help from Wood, this is an issue. Wood seems unaware of what he should be doing. He's stealing control points from his allies. Where's Brown? Sorry, I need to check it on Medved. He's brawling with Lone Rose right now, and poor him. Lone Rose is not a player that I ever want to fight. Flanked by some knights. from Lordaeron and the forces of Dalaran. It looks like Brown's going to have to head south and try to tuck his tail between his legs and join his allies down south. It sounds like the Alliance wants to head out, and they do! Before the Shadow Council and Dark Horde are able to get their feet truly on them, they're going to assault them on the shores of Loch Madan. And the upgrades speak for themselves. 1-1 range for our tech-off player, Dark Horde, and almost no upgrades from our green player. What is... Yiztik has something going on here. This makes absolutely zero sense. Either he's investing entirely in his Death Knights, and I mean entirely in his Death Knights. He's been prevented from attacking. Interesting. Oh, they're gonna get crushed. It is time to retreat. The dwarves are murdering everything. They also have zero upgrades, but they have a far larger, more well-balanced army. Thargus and Volmar may get targeted down. Looks like the Dark Horde wants to take something with them. But nope, Ren Blackhand and Kargath both retreat and leave some of their units behind. Sacrifices must be made. Brown, where you at, buddy? Where you at? You trying to flank? Ooh, you're a little bit out of time, buddy. You're a little bit too late to actually help your allies, and I'm guessing that purple and dark green may head south, unless blue's army has been completely stopped. Oh god. Peter Tross, where's your army? It's still in boats. Okay. He hasn't landed yet because he's waiting for his ally. Calls the Damned. He's going to raise Noxoramus, and then they're both going to assault. If you can't attack before your ally dies, don't attack without your ally. It will get you killed. On that note, the Ranger Corps and the Dwarves are doing pretty well. Oh, Spikes people, shut up. Alright, now Dalaran is teleported to... Come on, Anvilmar. No. Dunalgaz. God damn it. I knew the name, I just didn't know it. And up north, somehow Grievous still controls that control point. No longer. Alright, and something you very rarely see, which is a player utilizing Borealis forces in any way. He's created at least one airship to go ahead and bring them to the mainland. Let's push Brown. Already killed his cannon, so yeah, says Yellow. Oh, and Yellow got revenge for the loss of his own cannon by taking out the Dragon's Breath cannon with his flying units. Congratulations to Falstad Wildhammer and his Griffins. Uh-oh, and now Brown's ready for the fight. He thinks he was ready for that smoke, trying to throw some hands with the dwarves, but you ain't ready, son. It's gonna get real bad, though, if he loses Magnite. So he's careful not to let the improved damage, our towers, do too much damage. Yiztik is saying, go, go, go. They do have to put pressure on Dunalgaz Station right now if they're gonna do anything. He's heading up north. He's doing something with the Dark Horde. Even if it's just a little bit something, it's something. My guess would be that if any race is going to retreat, it'll be Dalaran to go ahead and protect Dunalgaz Station, and with the Arcane Shield generators here, it's going to be a tough sell. Ooh, but I'll tell you what, you got to be careful there. Shit, actually, dang, got to be careful. Antonidas throws the fireball down, and the blizzards take out a significant portion of this Demolisher damage, which was what was winning it for him. Now, Shadow Council and Dark Horde have him surrounded. As soon as this shield goes down, yeah, they're in a lot of trouble. And there goes Grandmaster Warble, activating his own invulnerability shield. Not in the best spot, but in a good enough spot to make Lone Rose reconsider staying here at Dunalgaz Station. Oh, pushed back, and now, yeah, unable to even reach the Demolishers, which are bracketing his forces in. He's got to get Antonidas out of there or he's dead forever. Oh, shit. Is it going to be Jaina next? Oh, Lone Rose used his teleport. He could have retreated, though, through this back door. And now somehow the Dragon Maw have pushed through. Oh, I see what they did. Oh, I think I see what the Dragon Maw did. And that's sneaky. He retreated here, went up to this coastline, hopped in some boats, went onto the bridge, dropped his units off behind the army that was hitting him, and now he's flanking Dunalgaz Station. It's a sick move. Alright, Dalaran has just suffered a crushing defeat. And the dwarves are kind of on their own. Where the hell did Spike Spiegel go is the question. Oh, he got a little bit cocky and headed down south, thought he could handle things on his own, and now Magtheridon's about to throw hands with him. Or Magtheridon's about to die because it's really, really stupid to have your main unkillable hero out here in the open against an army that has 1,000,000 frost arrows. The fuck are you doing, Tech Off? Keep running. Keep running, boy. Sacrifice some other heroes if you have to, but don't leave Magtheridon there to eat it. That was a bad situation, my friend. What are you doing? Alright, and I'm guessing blues just landed on the shores as well. Well, the plague has been launched, and yes, oh my god! Look at this, Lordaeron now under assault. Capital City is being supported by the High Elves and the forces of Lordaeron, but that's it right now. Everyone else is down south trying to deal with this new problem. And evil has not betrayed yet, nor should they. They've been on the back foot, and they need all the advantage they can get. Anubarak suffered some serious damage, and every time he gets near the front line, looks like they are ready to attack him. Don't lose Anubarak, just sit him in the back. Oh, it's a... Oh, come on, Jack. Somebody just left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Somebody bailed, and it was the dwarves. Oh, what the fuck? Did the dwarves just throw their whole army away? They just left the game. I don't even know where their forces are anymore. They might have gotten destroyed completely, but that's a weird decision to make. And suddenly the Alliance is on the back foot with the dwarves abandoning their position at Ironforge. The Horde's going to have such an easy time crawling up into northern Lordaeron. For now, though, at least it looks like Lordaeron and the High Elves are managing to hold this off. Ballistas targeting the backline casters and doing as much damage as they can. However, you got to make sure that you actively micro those ballistas, man. It's so stupid to let them hit melee and let your own units get hit by that splash as well. Alright, now Arthas sallies forth. Alright. Well, that was definitely our scroll moment. And Dalaran's teleporting in. Well, I gotta give Lone Rose credit. He does not stay back long. By the way, I was wrong about Antonidas dying. If Antonidas dies after Dalaran's crush, then he's gone forever. Jaina gets to keep him back. And with that, I think Undead's going to have to retreat. Even these flesh golems on the front line aren't going to be enough to hold up once those ballistas start hitting. And now the purples here, they have all the dispels and summons they need to turn the tide. Dalaran runes providing increased armor and attack damage. Yep, on top of inner fire. That's just stupid. Grievous is saying, when did the zombies stop spawning? He's probably talking about Strathold. Or he's not. It doesn't even look like Legion has launched it. And a little bit of flank here from our gray player, actually coming at the wrong time. If it had hit at the right point, maybe would have been enough to kind of turn the tide on this one, but not today. This is going to be a rough one. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. This has been the one, the only, the Azothan, with these two significant fights over with. Capital City has been defended, but the dwarves have been so harshly defeated that they've left the Alliance completely. I hope you check out episode number 2. I'll see you in the next one. This has been the one, the only, the Azothan with Lordaeron the Foremath. Thanks for watching Custom Craft. Leave me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!